Hello, today is day 4 and we are going to be releasing emotions today. And emotions can often be stored physically in the body. So there's many different points where you might feel tension, where you might feel stiffness, and it could be related to more of an emotional kind of tension as well as physical, of course, right? So our hips are one place. Hips can often feel quite tight, several reasons, like I said, physically. We often sit in chairs, right? We're really not kind of stretching them out as much as we need to, right? We're seated all day, they can get very tight and tense, but also because emotions can get stored here, right? Long-term kind of emotions tend to get stored deep into our hips. So in yoga, when we do hip opening postures, we're also tapping into releasing that emotional energy. And today I'm going to be sharing 2. We have so many different hip opening poses in yoga, but I'm just going to share 2 with you that you can do anytime that you feel like you need an emotional release to kind of just let go and to really show love to yourself. So we're going to start lying down on our back and we're going to go into our reclined figure 4. So you're going to lie down, soles of your feet on the earth, and we'll start with the right leg. So take your right leg up and then bring your ankle to the top of your left thigh, right, like below where your knee is, and you can stay right here. You can use your right hand to push your right thigh forward a little bit, opening up through your hip, or you can take it further by interlacing your hands behind your left thigh and pulling it towards your chest, keeping flexion through your feet, and utilizing your right arm, your elbow to push against your right leg. I also like to add a little bit of movement. This feels good in my lower back. Breathing into your hip flexor and your glute, your outer hip. And then releasing that, extend through your right leg, bring it down, and we'll do the same thing, this time with our left leg up, bringing your left ankle towards your right thigh. You can stay grounded, pushing your left thigh out, away from you, or interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and bring it in. Left arm, elbow pushing against your left thigh. Optional movement, swaying from side to side. You might notice one hip is a little bit more tight and tense than the other. So it's interesting when you do poses and there's different sides, you can kind of see like, oh, where are the imbalances in my body? Which side is a little bit tighter? Which side is more open? And then releasing that, you can just roll on up. And the next pose that we're going to be doing is actually going to be a little bit of twist, and it's going to bring a little bit of stretch more towards the hip joints and inner thigh and the hip area. So you can keep your leg straight, or you can bend your bottom left leg so that the sole of your foot is towards your right glute. And then you're going to cross your right foot over your left leg, and we're going to take a nice seated twist. So turning your gaze towards the right, feeling that internal rotation through your thighs a little bit. Staying up nice and tall. This also gets into your lower back, which is connected to the hips. Beautiful. And let's take it to the opposite side. So again, you can extend through your right leg, or you can take and bend through your right leg, sole of the foot towards your left glute, bringing your left foot over your right leg, and this time twisting in the opposite direction. So this might not be the most obvious hip opening pose, but it does get the outer and again that inner hip area and into the low back, which is connected. So it's a good pose to do and to help release tension there. Beautiful. So if those felt really good to you, I would recommend adding them in throughout your day, your week, whenever you're feeling extra tension in your hip. So if you like those postures, let me know down below. If there's any other hip opening postures that you especially like, I would love to know. I can always incorporate them in my YouTube yoga practices. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.